and welcome to another episode. Is that what you're supposed to say? I want to talk about Facebook Marketplace today. I shared this whole month I was offering a challenge and anyone could join, and just encouragement to list this stuff around your house, get it posted if it's on Marketplace or eBay or wherever is most comfortable. So first, for the month, we're like day 25. I think I'm sitting about $950 a sale, and it was going really well. My goal is $1,000, so fantastic. And this last weekend has been crazy with Thanksgiving, and now Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I sell on Amazon and Walmart, so that stuff is definitely getting crazier. So I'm not able to focus on Marketplace as much, which stinks, but $950 is great. If I don't make a cent more, I'd be really happy with that. I do want to talk about Facebook Marketplace, what works for me, what doesn't work. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about what sells well for me. And I do like to list furniture. I'm trying to think what's the best type of furniture, because we did get donated to us some desk and they just did not move. I do have stuff listed for free, and it's crazy because free does not sell well for me on Marketplace. It is a recipe for people standing me up. The end. That's what free equals. So unfortunately, free is not a great one. And also, I want to sell stuff that is at least $20. That's what my time is worth. I'm putting in some time for pictures, making the listing, meeting up with people, interacting with people, at least $20 for me to show up. So that's another thing. My bottom line is $20. But what sells for me is I love furniture. I love shelving. Obviously, shelving is expensive. And desk would be the big thing that did not sell well for me. But pretty much, I will list my kids' toys when they're done playing with it. If I can bundle up all the pieces, that does so well. I've done books in bulk. Things that, like, if you have smaller items that wouldn't be $20, try to bundle it up with like items listed. Even if you have like Amazon returns, Walmart returns, that's food related, bundle them all together. They're going to sell really well. Appliances, kitchen appliances, amazing. And because people know that I like to sell on Marketplace, like, it's a hassle for people who are not familiar with Facebook and are leery. So I get a lot of requests for people to come, like for me to come and pick stuff up. And I love that. Yes, 100 times. Because that's stuff, like, I have sold a lot of refrigerators in the last couple months. It just seems like I'm a magnet. Ovens, dishwashers. Now, this stuff doesn't have to even be working. I always disclose, like, if I'm not sure, I disclose. You know, I'm not any, like, mechanic. That's a car. But you know what I mean. Okay, so that is what sells. I'll list anything, though, and just give it a shot and see. So the next thing is listing health, and how important is it to create a good listing for your product. I think pictures are key. Pictures are the most important part. I suck at the listing and description. I don't want to do it. I don't do a lot, and I do get a lot of views. I wonder, this is my theory, is Marketplace rewarding me for listing consistently and making sales? I do wonder that. But there's still a lot of, like, you're listing more stuff every day, so you're paying attention. So maybe it's me, but I do feel like maybe the Facebook gods are rewarding me for listing on the platform. I don't know, though. If you know, or you have some theories, I would love to talk more about this. In general, grab those keywords. Just think, what do you search on Marketplace, Facebook, to find specific items, and make sure you include those keywords so people can actually find your product. That's the most important part. I don't offer shipping on Marketplace. I just don't want to get it set up, but every once in a while I have a buyer ask me to ship, and that's great. I will ship if they want me to ship. I figure out the shipping price, and then I send them my new price for the product plus shipping and handling, and I send it over, and I have never had any issue. Like, if somebody's reaching out for me to ship, they usually want it, but they will pay up for the shipping cost. If you are going to do shipping, make sure you include the shipping and handling. One of the things that we did was like a 20-piece dish set, 24-piece dish set, and it took a lot of work to wrap each one to, and we wrapped and boxed each plate so it arrived properly. So, make sure you include your time and effort into shipping. I want to include this on listing. At the end, there's this toggle hide from friends. I always hide it from my friends. I don't know why, but you are like, I don't want to list all my crap for my friends and family to see and maybe feel like, oh my God, she needs money, or now I get to look at all their stuff. You can just hide that from your friends. I get a lot of questions around meeting up with people, and do I ever feel nervous? Have I ever felt nervous? Have we had a bad experience? And the short answer is no, not really. Recently, I had somebody I asked to meet me at my house, and I've been doing, since I moved to town, I've been doing more and more porch pickups sort of things. And he was rude to me that he had to come to my house. Like anybody made him come to my house. Forget about it. I was just like, do you want this or not? What a baby. Our local police department did put on their Facebook page when Craigslist and Marketplace really took off. First it was Craigslist. I sold cars on Craigslist for the longest time. They put on the police department page, you can meet up with people in our parking lot. And I thought that was great. It was a great option for people who are really leery. Typically, I have people around. I'm never alone. And cash payments are awesome. But cash payments for us lead to issues. Like people not bringing change. What the frick? Like 9 out of 10 people don't bring exact change. That is crazy. I don't have change. I don't carry money. I only have a bank card, and I Venmo my kids. I Venmo everybody. So the fact that you brought cash to me, if you're already worried about meeting with somebody, maybe cash makes you even more worried that you're exchanging, and what if they jump you? Now I'm just putting bad thoughts in your head. But I love Venmo. Virtual payments are awesome. You can even, if you have a really high priced item and you're worried about getting stood up, you could say, and this is something I do if I have a product that I see a lot of people want, because I don't hold, but like if I have somebody coming today at noon, I will say, you need to Venmo me this much to reserve your spot. They can see my Facebook account. They can see my seller profile that I have great reviews, all of it. They have access. Like if something goes wrong, they can contact Venmo. And for a normal product, no holds. And the handful of times, because somebody says, I don't get paid till this day, and they give me a story, and then I feel bad, and then I'm like, I'll hold it for you. They never show up. Never. It never works out. Actually, I got a bad review on Marketplace, and I reviews on Amazon are important, Marketplace is not important, so I don't really look at those. But I just realized the other day I got a bad review. Somebody was angry because I sold it before they could come. They were on their way, right? It wasn't like, oh, come here, I'm waiting. They just wanted it, the idea of wanting it, and they couldn't have it. And so they left a bad review. Get out of here. Get out of here. I feel like the drama exists on Marketplace a little bit from time to time. You run into people who are like, tell you the whole spiel, want it for cheap, and no, block. I don't respond. Get out of here. Immediately, no. I don't engage at all. I don't need any favors from any weird men. It's men. But actually, that bad review was from a woman. You have to determine if this money is worth it to deal with the mess. And I think there's a lot that plays into somebody who doesn't need the money, and so it's such a pain to have to deal with all this that they call somebody like me and they're like, I don't want to deal with this, just get it out of here. That's fantastic. But if you do want to create some side income, you have to put up with this, and why not just put up with it with a smile on your face and move on? Those are your options here. But it's never been terrible enough for me to be like, oh, I never want to do this again. It's more just people not showing up when they say they're going to show up. I love Facebook. I love selling. I love how easy it is to get rid of stuff there. It takes me all of 5 minutes to take a picture, make the listing, and have it live. And then I'm just waiting for somebody to show up, and it's an easy $20. I make really good money every month on Marketplace, $1,000, probably pretty consistently most months on Marketplace, selling stuff that's already here. I'm not typically going out of my way to get stuff. Every once in a while I do, if I see free stuff on the side of the road, I'll pick that stuff up. But I do really well, and I love Marketplace. I love, like, we have a little cash reserve in my closet, and that's fun money. And so all the Marketplace goes there, and we love that money is there, like $20. We can go to the movies or whatever's happening, and it's not from our bank account. So out of all the platforms, probably the easiest, like list today, sell tomorrow, cash in hand sort of thing. Love that. Last but not least, be safe out there. Weirdos abound in this year, in the year of our Lord. Oh yeah, that's the thing. So with this challenge, a lot more people, I had eyes looking at me for Facebook Marketplace. And I did run into people who don't want to list it themselves, don't want to have to deal with it, but want the product out of their house. So we set up a percentage, or if it was under a certain price of like my base rate to sell the product for them, it worked out fantastic. So I ended up selling septic tanks, cars this month, all sorts of good things, and it worked out really well. So I just matched the buyer with my seller, made sure everything was good. They were there at the time and the place they needed to, and then I got a little payback. You know what I mean. I got a little kickback from the sale. So I think the only other thing is, how do I sell so much on Marketplace? I do hear people contact me and they're like, can't sell anything. And I think it depends on your community, where you live. Some places Marketplace is not popular, so that could happen. But I list my item and I also look at the views. So if I list it today and tomorrow I don't have any views, there could be a problem. Like, why aren't people looking at this? Especially if it's an in-demand product. I will definitely go back to my listing and see, do I need to tweak the pictures, the keywords? So I have found, like with tools, for instance, if I add really high attractive keywords to my vintage tools, they'll get way more views, and then I make the sale. So going a little bit extra, which comes from my resale background, but keeping an eye on your listings. No platform is a list it and forget it. Now I'll give it a couple days, still no hits, and my views are low, I lower my price. I view it as going fishing. I like to throw out the line and I start slowly reeling it in. I feel like my item is only worth what somebody's willing to pay. So this is difficult for people selling their own stuff that they love, because they think it's worth usually double what it's worth, right? So every couple days I will begin to lower my price until I get to my base price. If by that point nothing is happening, I will, sometimes Marketplace gives you the option to delete and relist. Delete, relist. If you don't have that option and you're at your base price and it's been several days, I delete and relist. Then I'm getting fresh eyes on my listing. Also, Facebook gives you an option to, what is it called? They like bump your listing up so it's not at the bottom of the pile. And it'll say, I'll put it in here after. I make sure if I have that option on a listing, that means it's probably been sitting like over a week or so, I will push it back up in the algorithm so new eyes are gonna see it. But essentially, once you list an item, you're at the top, and every couple days you get shuffled down in the pile of other garbage listed in the same type category as yours. So if you have something listed for months, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. That baby needs to be relisted, refreshed, maybe take good pictures. I don't know what you need to do. If I'm listing anything like desk, furniture, fridges, shelving, people will always want the dimensions. Save yourself some time, put all that in the description with any other thing else that's important that you need to say. And disclose if it's working or not. But if you want to make more sales, you have to keep things hot, popping, moving. Last weekend I had a fridge, and this fridge should have been sold day one. And so after like a week, I deleted and relisted it, and I had somebody coming in like 40 minutes from that time. So it does work. But Marketplace, like any platform, is not a list it and forget it. You have to be attentive to the listing, make sure things are moving. I do like to open up the listing, like I just said, and see how many views have seen it, how many people have seen it. And that gives you a good idea. Something's off, or you got a winner. Okay. I think that's all I have to say about this. Be safe out there. Sending you guys lots of love. I hope if you're joining this challenge this month, you've made some good money. You know, every month, do the challenge. List your stuff. Get it out of your house. Who needs more cash right now before the holidays than all of us? Nobody. Okay. Have a great one. Thank you for watching. Sending you my love.